Today, we are going to watch an amazing movie released in 2025 called The Zombie, the survival movie that was released just a few days ago. But if it were a zombie movie, the whole story of this movie would be so emotional and interesting that the video has gone viral in just a few days. Currently, the movie is trending on Netflix. So finally, we have brought this amazing zombie movie for you. If you are a zombie movie lover, then this movie is going to take you to the place of your choice. The story begins in a future world. Let's go back to the story of a terrible zombie city in the year 2035. At that time, the world was experiencing global warming and the temperature had increased significantly. Because at that time, humans had advanced technology. Every day, we become more dependent on technology, and in our daily lives, we use various types of technological devices. As a result of its use, it is gradually having a negative impact on all aspects of nature, and the global temperature is increasing. The ice of the Himalayas also starts melting. This causes a huge change in the whole world. Look, various types of viruses and epidemics keep coming. As a result, the situation on Earth becomes so bad that slowly, the Earth's population is decreasing rapidly, and the Earth's population is decreasing rapidly. Normal life is completely destroyed. There's a food crisis all over the world. Even the whole world, a poisonous gas spread. As a result, the fish and all the marine animals in the ocean die, and so much more is affected by the earth once and caused a famine. Many people died from the famine and extreme hunger, and now how are they living their lives? But what about the people of all the countries that currently depend on agriculture? What kind of food can I eat? People in Thailand and Indonesia are now doing surveys because their country has a large amount of agricultural land. They cultivate it and live their lives as humans. Now, for the safety of their country, Thailand has cut off all ties with other countries in a move that is considered a national security threat. Things are only useful to the people of their country, and so that as much crop as is being cultivated in their country, Thailand is still surviving even after 10 years of disaster as a result of this step of the government intervention. This time, we see a ship in a busy seaport in Thailand. From that port, various goods are being transported. He is taking gulo to the daily market in a truck. On the way, he talks about his wife ringing here. I think so. Because when the world is completely normal, he and his wife live happily ever after. Doing it. But after the epidemic spread in the world, they became busy with their work and died. So they lived their lives in peace. The price of all the clothes is so high that if you don't work all day, you won't be able to eat because now the food you don't have to, and Sansoy takes his friends to do the daily chores. Because most of the time he carries food products to the grocery store. But if he were to grow crops in Indonesia, now what would he do now? No work is left to the people. So the rich could eat as much food as they wanted. The rest are poor. People used to be hungry. That's why there are many risks in doing the heavy work of delivering food that someone can attack them and take the food, so they have to be very careful. That's why, because at any time, then when his daily load was being carried, some people came to the road. Just then, they got trapped by a gang of thieves. Sang then came to steal goods from his car in a cunning way. Just then, a fierce fight started between Sang and Rock. Johnny also came to help Sang in the out. Of the blue, he fell down. Then those thieves, who started beating him, With that, he fall, that's where Sang is, fight because the number of members of this gang was 6. What is the meaning of the word Sang? But here I am going to show you that Sang is a fighter. In fact, when the world was completely normal, Sang was a champion, so his fighting skills were very good. That's why he can fight with the thieves very easily, and because of his fighting skills, he has chosen the dangerous job because he gets a very good salary in this daily heavy job. So here Johnny and Sang together, they made all the thieves worse off, and they took their belongings to a safe place. It reaches. On another day, we see a girl named Ring. Ring is sitting alone in her house, and Ring is actually Chi Sang's wife. Ring doesn't want Sang to do such dangerous things, so she always tells Sang to the other is worried. As long as Sang does not return home, who else can Sang and Johnny see when they are gone? When he brought the goods to his boss became very angry with him because the goods were a carload of Yusei. I went to work. So the boss gave him money from his salary, and he took the money from his pocket and said, "Whatever Tay." Now they are forced to keep their own cages. Among the cages, there is actually a special type of fish called shill, the fish that are now eaten by the rich people of the city. So Johnny was very happy to get the fish, because about 10 years they have been seeing a person. He couldn't. Johnny then gave the fish half to Sang. "Give it to me, otherwise who we are, who eats good fish meat," to whom the remaining fish of the carrot has become a daily burden. His name is Park, and he today has invited some famous and important people in my town. So he is addressing everyone here and saying, "You surely don't know Mr. Basu. He is the richest man in our country. His wife has cancer, and he has obtained such a thing through research with his own money, which his wife is completely satisfied. It will recover, and that is a special fish. If all the fish in the ocean have died, but these fish are a special fish, which are very expensive, and the fish are very pure. These fish have many diseases remaining, so today I have arranged this fish for you. Then I will show that fish to everyone in front of them." God's power. The experiment was done. Everyone was very impressed when they saw the fish. Then they all started eating the fish one by one. However, when Park ate one piece of fish, just then, blood started to flow from his eyes, and he rushed to the hospital. On the other hand, when we saw the marks on Sang's body, he was very upset. He then put his hand on Sang's cut area. After I returned home, I saw him. She starts dressing and she gets very upset and says to Sang, "How many times do I have to tell you to do this? You don't have to. Why are you doing such a risky job where you have to fight to survive every day? You have to go home injured like this. Have you ever thought if you are going to get hurt like this? Pay. Look, who cares about me? You're taking so many risks for me, aren't you? One day you'll see that maybe I've lost my way in your life." Sang then tries to convince Ring. He explains to her that this is how important this job is for him. Just then, a car pulls up in front of Sang's house, and this car to come and take Ring. Ring actually works in a big hospital in their city. She is a skilled nurse. So Ring immediately got into the hospital car without saying a word and drove to Kalighat. And with her was her son Jason. Jason also liked Ring very much. He lived with his mother, he is a Khan, where one of them eat Charlie, who used to come to the hospital every day and spend time with Ring. Saw that Ring was upset and said, "Today you too were with him. There was a fight with him. What happened? Did Sang come back after beating him? Did you convince Sang to..." The girl then says that everything is the same as before. No matter how much he tries to explain, he still doesn't understand. He doesn't want to understand the words. Jowly then, actually, there is no fault of the party here. He has no work to do. Tells him that it's not an option. So even if he wants, he can't leave this job. I understand his situation. When we come back to the wall, as soon as we get ready to do anything, they reach their hospital in no time. Go. In fact, this is the biggest hospital in the city of Chill, where everyone, rich and poor, is treated. Now he enters the Ring Hospital and starts his work. He starts checking all the patients, and his Jason kept on snorting. Then I was getting ready for an operation, but at that moment, another big man came to the hospital. The doctor comes in. The doctor then tells Ring that he will be with him now, but Ring then tells him that that is an emergency operation where he needs to be directed. It is very urgent. But the doctor then tells him, "What is urgent that you have work from him now? So who I know, there is something more important for you than this, that come with me immediately." Ring then went upstairs with the doctor, whose cancer has spread. The hospital has brought Mr. Bossut Day's wife, so she will just then, and suddenly he is very sick today. It starts. In fact, there have to be given emergency treatment in a VIP manner. Now when Mr. Bossut is in the ward, he saw a man named Park standing there. He was taken in for emergency surgery. Going. He is behaving very strangely here, and his eyes are bleeding, so he needs to be operated on quickly. He was taken to the theater and given oxygen. The doctors are trying their best to save him, but he is still in shock. His condition worsened. He could to go up. There was a tower like an iron tower, and Jason then started climbing up the tower. By that time, all the zombies had come there and were eating the corpses. Who knew that the father had killed Edie? A few steps up, a zombie grabs Jason's leg, and if he leaves his party, he will not be able to lift Jason up and throw him into his own hands. Come and catch me. Lee and She-Lee Jason was so scared that he was going to fall, but just then he heard him. Then they went to the tower through the floor. They go to the floor and see that there are a lot of zombies on the floor, but they don't hear any sound at all. After refusing to do so, they slowly walked forward and after a while went to the upper ward. That goes, Jason sees his mother Jowly there, and they hug each other happily, not wanting to be separated from their mother. But Jowly was very busy here, so he took out an inhaler and gave it to Jason, and he gave it to Jason in time. After taking the inhaler, Jolie tells Song that from today, Jason is in charge of the who takes care of the baby emergency ward on the second floor. Song can't understand why he has to tell Song that he has been infected with the zombie virus, so he quickly takes Jason and tries to escape from Khan. But Jason somehow managed to leave his "I don't want to cry, I'm crying" Jowly, now mother, and bite her hand and go back to his mother. But by then his mother had locked him in a room, and now he had completely turned into a zombie, a terrible creature that Jason could not kill in any way. Who mothers like that? It's a nightmare. And Jason's crying. We are ringing the... At that time, Song came there with a cloth and put it on Jason's back, causing many zombies to come there. Song then fought with the zombies and escaped from that place. I can see. Now the place where I am now is completely full of zombies roaming around. Other one. So he goes in front of the room to save himself, where Mr. Basu is sitting. Ringing Mr. Basu, I am asking you to open the door. Mr. Basut Khan opens the door, and according to the ringing of the bell, he took refuge with her because he knew that this was the most secure room in the entire hospital, because it was considered a VIP room. It was made for Mr. Basu and his wife, but even then the ring was still in a state of panic. Then Mr. Starr asked Basu, "How will we escape from here?" Mr. Starr then asked him, "What are you doing?" "No way, you just stay here. People will come to rescue us just like that." Then it is seen that when the government official finds out that Mr. Basu and his wife are now in the hospital, then he orders his team members to do whatever they can to Mr. Star Basu and his wife. We need to save it because Mr. Basu is a good man, and his money is what keeps half of the economy going. He even helps a few people by giving them food during the day, while others call Mr. Basuri. His wife takes him for a ride because he is a bad guy. Mr. Star Basut Khan gives him a bag of blood. He said that his wife's condition has worsened today, but later, after giving her blood, some of them have recovered, but they are not going to give him more blood. But before that, the whole situation has changed. I have done many things for the people of this country, but look at my luck. Today, I'm doing it for my wife. Can't do anything. Can you bring blood for my wife? I don't know how to bring blood. Don't know the places in the hospital properly. I don't know if there is blood in the hospital room. Please save my wife. I'm afraid if she comes outside the ring. Isn't she a nurse? That he has a responsibility. He can't let a person die like this. So he agrees to bring blood. Then he came out of the VIP room very carefully, but there were zombies everywhere. What is it that makes the movements of the zombies in the middle of the night so difficult to understand? So he walks slowly without making any noise. There is. And whenever the zombies come to attack him, he goes into one of the rooms and slowly comes forward. Sung takes a stick in his hand to hit the zombies, and Hu Ki Chudru alives. Sung finds a chain there. It is the ring of Ki's wife's ring. Sung can only understand that the ring is around here, so a different kind of courage comes into Sung. He then shouts to all Zombie Durak calls him, and he starts killing Zombie Durak one by one. Others see a special forces unit of soldiers entering the hospital. They are Mr. Basu and they came to rescue the wife. They then started shooting the zombies one by one, and slowly they fell. Lucky, the 5 of them continued to walk on the 4th floor. Then they reached Mr. Basu's room by chance. They thought it was an emergency. Mr. Basu's wife started giving blood, and he was surrounded by guards taken to the hospital. The one who lives with the other zombies, whenever he moves forward a little, he finds himself in a room. The glass is full of red wine. He sees it and becomes happy. But their happiness doesn't last long, because a zombie is going to attack the ring, but Jason quickly entered the room, leaving a small space in the room, and he fights off the zombies with a fire extinguisher. At that moment, a zombie attacks Jason. When he finally did, he moved Jason from that place. He then fell into a hole in the ground, but just then he sees a huge zombie coming from behind him. He gets scared, and I'm about to jump on top of a zombie in the middle of a fight, but then someone comes running from behind, and so he keeps killing the zombie. He's killing the zombie like a madman, so Ring grabs Sung by the neck and holds him, which they tell him to calm down, and when he sees her alive, he becomes very emotional. They hug each other tightly. The soldiers kept crying as they were taking Mr. Basu and his wife away. The zombies are attacking, and at one point a zombie attacks a soldier. As a result, he becomes infected with the soldier. Now that the situation has calmed down, Mr. Basu tells the soldier that he can't take his wife like this. To save his wife, he needs a nurse. Who is he will be able to give his wife proper treatment. So Mr. Basu leaves the hospital and goes to look for the ring. Who is this? When Ring saw the soldiers' team there, he was very happy and told Sung that now they would be able to go out. Sung then goes to check the matter first, but whenever he comes out, a soldier stops him. Shoot him. Ring then runs and starts crying for him. The soldiers tell him that they have found a nurse. They said they didn't want to go to the ring, but they wanted to find out if the ring was still there. How could they eat it? I don't want to take it, but they still don't want to take it. I'm going to take it. They shot a healthy person. They have no regrets, and they don't even have any worries about a little kid like Jason. I'm only worried about his mission, and seeing him fight with Ring like that makes Sung very angry. Then, under the condition of causing much trouble, he stood up there and told the soldier to leave the ring. But when they didn't listen to anything he said, so they started fighting with him. At the sound of their fight, zombies started coming there. Sung was with the soldier there. The zombies also started killing him. It seems that the leader of the soldiers is a very strong man, so it is very difficult to fight with him. I'm going. Moreover, his physical condition is not very good due to the bullets being fired, so he was a soldier at that time. He climbed on top of Sung and started hitting him with great force. He hit him repeatedly in the place where he had been shot. I'm doing it. Then he chokes him. If you do, he will leave. Maybe I'm going to take it. But just then, a zombie came and attacked him. Strength returns to him again. He fights with the soldier with all his might, and then a group and be fine. He kicked the soldier very hard. As a result, the soldier fell to the ground. Then a zombie comes and attacks him, which makes Sung's condition very bad. Sung's here is a joke. No one can see that someone is taking him away from this place, and the song is here in his past. We see flashbacks where he is living a very beautiful life with his wife Ring, happily ever after. No one is less, because Ring and she have been loving each other since the beginning. What is the difference between the two? When John returns to his senses, he sees the nurse who is treating him as a nurse, so he can the ball is released from Sung's body. But when Sung himself is sick, he asks Ring if he is okay. Ring gets very emotional and tells Sung that you are always risking your life for me like this. Do you know how guilty I feel about this? And how did you find me? He sits up there and looks at the ring on his wrist, through which he puts a ring on the ring. Then the soldiers who put the ring on the ring come to rescue Mr. Basu, and they all embrace each other. Who else now? I'm imagining the whole hospital being blown up. At that moment, Jason heard a voice from outside. When he went to check it out, he heard that the soldier was trying to attack him, so he told his friend to calm down. It can be seen that, after that, that soldier is now a terrible zombie. Cleverly takes the soldier to a lab, and after some time he puts AC on the soldier, which shows that the soldier's body caught fire, and he died on the spot, and the fire slowly spread. Les Sung found it. I'm going to lock it. All that the four of them started to read, but Neutron and Sung were completely unconcerned, because they knew that this hospital was the most state-of-the-art fire extinguishing system. As a result, it is seen in the mirror that water is automatically sprayed in all places. It starts to fall. As a result, the fire goes out in a flash. Or something terrible happens here, that when water falls on the zombies, it is seen that all the zombies are shot, and the zombies are screaming, again becoming twice as strong, and even stronger than before. It's gone. It's getting scary. I'm getting ready to leave the hospital with Sung, Ring, and Jason, but what's the big deal? After they left, they saw Mr. Basu standing in front of Mr. Basu's wife, who was crying. Mr. Star Basu tells Basu that we have to escape from this place right now. Why don't you take Mr. Star Basu's wife, who wants to be with you? Eat and talk. Eddie is now turning into a zombie after water fell on his wife, because he was already dead before. The infected doctor is dead, but when he sees his wife opening his eyes, Mr. Star Basu goes to Basu, and he bites his wife. As a result, he himself becomes infected with the virus. Those terrible zombies are coming there, so they take Sung, Ring, and Jason. When they see that the zombies are tearing Mr. Basu apart, who will come out of this place? Now all the zombies in the hospital have come alive, so what are they waiting for? In the meantime, a large number of zombies have... I have heard that. Who will run away? They are afraid of eating them. The zombies keep coming. Then Ring and Jason fight the zombies to save them, started to attack. And now a helicopter is waiting for Mr. Star Basu on the roof of the hospital. The zombies were all around me,